She told me I was suffocating her for asking one question.
The strange thing was, it didn't sound dramatic when she said it. There was no shaking voice, no tears, no guilt, just irritation, sharp and effortless. Why do you always need to know where I am? You're suffocating me. Give me space. We were in the kitchen, the clock blinking 10:42 p.m. I'd asked one simple question, where she'd been all evening. And in that moment I understood with painful clarity. This marriage wasn't dying, it was already dead. My wife, Hannah, turned away, grabbing a glass of water like nothing had happened, as if she hadn't just reduced 5 years of partnership into an inconvenience. She didn't wait for my response. She didn't ask if I was worried, she just didn't care. I stood there, watching her, and something inside me didn't break. It just shut down. We hadn't always been like this. When we met, she loved my attention, my curiosity, the way I checked in. She called it grounding. But somewhere along the way, grounding became control in her mind, and my concern became neediness. Or maybe that's just what she told herself to justify drifting away. The signs had been there for months. The phone always faced down, the sudden need for privacy framed as independence. A sigh when I suggested dinner together. I'd adjusted, compromised, shrunk myself in small ways without realizing it. I told myself I was being supportive. What I was really doing was training her to live without me. That night I didn't argue. I went to bed while she stayed up, smiling at her phone, at things that had nothing to do with me. I didn't sleep. By morning, the decision was made. I didn't announce it or threaten anything, I just started moving. I took a day off work and packed quietly. Not everything, just what mattered, my clothes, documents, and the framed photo of my parents. I left the couch she'd chosen, the dishes she loved, the decorations that never felt like mine. She watched me, confused at first, then irritated. "What are you doing?" she asked. "I'm giving you space," I said calmly. She laughed, thinking it was a bluff. People often mistake calm for weakness. I left a short note on the counter. No accusations, just clarity. I wasn't interested in begging to exist in my own marriage. That space given in anger turns into distance forever, and that my lawyer would be in touch. I walked out before she could reframe the moment. The first few weeks were unreal. No arguments, no tension, no waiting. I moved into a small apartment across town. For the first time in years, silence didn't feel like a punishment. She tried to call, sending texts that mixed apologies with blame. She said she'd overreacted, that I was being dramatic now. I didn't respond. The divorce was straightforward. She fought harder than I expected, not because she wanted me back, but because she couldn't stand losing the version of me that was always available. People asked if I regretted leaving so suddenly, if I should have tried harder, but space demanded in anger isn't space. It's rejection with better branding. Months passed. I rebuilt routines that belonged only to me. Mornings without tension, evenings without waiting. I started running again and lost weight I hadn't realized I was carrying, not just physical, but emotional heaviness. I learned something important. Love doesn't make you smaller. It doesn't require you to apologize for caring. The last time I saw Hannah was at a friend's gathering a year later. She looked tired. When our eyes met, I saw regret and confusion. Like she still didn't understand how she lost control of the story. She tried to talk, but I kept it polite, brief, and distant. I wasn't angry anymore. I was free. And driving home that night, I realized something that surprised me. Walking away wasn't revenge, it was self-respect. Thanks for listening. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more.